Under the INSPIRE-MANAK, innovative and creative ideas of school children class 6 to 10 are solicited. Now, many a times, teachers from different schools all across the country, they ask us, how is it possible for children to submit innovative ideas every time? Now, this is something which is not very difficult also. What the teachers can do in their classes is to organize an idea competition. So, what do we do typically in an idea competition? We assemble children in assembly halls or maybe in the classroom. You can mix and match different classes or maybe have idea competitions from different classes. So, what are we essentially doing is first thing that we do is give them examples of interesting ideas of children who have won an award earlier in Inspire Manak itself or in NIF's Ignite Awards. Now, when such kind of ideas are narrated, how the student conceived an idea, how he thought about the problem, and how he or she came up with an interesting idea himself or herself, then the children possibly understand the process through which a mind goes through while conceiving an interesting idea. So once you have given certain examples about innovative ideas of students who may have won award earlier, now what you can do, you can pose them three challenges. Pose them three challenges. These three challenges are: number one, ask them to think about an idea of a machine or a gadget that does not exist. That is, they have to think creatively of something that does not exist, but they may like it to exist. For example, there's a boy, Abhishek Bhagat from Bihar. So, what did he do when he was in class 8? He developed an automatic food making machine, a machine that can cook food automatically. So, that machine had certain containers in which the ingredients were put in the required quantity, which the machine itself told you, uh, told the user, in fact. And then once you press the button, okay, go, the machine will cook automatically. It will pour the required ingredients at the set time and it's going to cook everything together and give you an alarm once that food has been cooked. So, such a machine did not exist, but that child thought about a machine and he conceived an idea and he developed it also while he was in class 8 itself. So, the first challenge that I was talking about was ask children to think about any machine or gadget that does not exist, but children may like it to be there. That was the first challenge. Now, the second challenge is there are a lot of machines, there are a lot of gadgets that we use in our daily life. So, can we challenge children to think about any such improvements in existing machines or gadgets so that they become more useful, so that they become multifunctional, so that they become more efficient, or whatever the case may be? An example would be a walker with adjustable legs, or maybe I'll take another example from a different state of the country, Assam, a crutch with a spring or a shock absorber. Now, this young girl, Archana Kuwar, she saw her friend using crutch and feeling the pain at the sides while using the crutch. Every time he used to walk, he used to feel pain at the sides of his hands because the weight of the body got all transferred on the support of the crutch. So she thought about it and she saw bicycles and she saw motorcycles. She said even the bicycle seats they have springs to, you know, take some level of absorb some level of shock. The shock absorbers are available in motorcycle. Why can't there be shock absorbers in a normal crutch? So she gave an idea about a crutch that has springs or shock absorbers so that people when you are using it they don't feel pain in the sides. So this was one idea that was given, and this is one idea that you can tell to your students also to think about changes or modifications in any existing machines or gadgets so that they become more useful for people. So that is the second challenge. Now the third challenge is to observe the surroundings. So we will encourage our children to observe the surroundings and think about their everyday life, think about their friends, their family, teachers, and anyone with whom they interact with, and observe is there any work which is repetitive, which gets done every day or every other day, and which has a potential uh, to solve a problem for them. For example, if we see every day, even in my childhood, I saw where people cleaning the roads with a broom. So there is a bamboo stick to one end of which a broom is attached. Now that was something that I saw during my childhood. A lot of you must be seeing such kind of a broom even today also. So that means last 30, 40 years, little has changed for that person. While we have moved on from CRT televisions to very slim LEDs, from landline phones to high-tech mobile phones, but the life of the person sweeping the roads hasn't changed. He's still using the same old technology 30 years, 40 years back. Or look at cobblers, they are using the same technology they used to do 30, 40 years back. Or look at the people who are engaged in construction of houses or buildings. They are carrying the bricks on their head. 30, 40, 50, 70 years ago also the same process was followed. In 21st century we are around 2024, quarter of the century, and still any construction process you will see the laborers, people who are working there, they will be carrying the bricks on their head. So there are problems which have remained unsolved and they are around us. So we urge children to identify such problems and think of creative solutions to solve those problems. For example, for the nursery bag filling, gunny sack filling, people do it manually. There are certain tools, containers, small handheld containers in which you fill grains and then you pour those grains into the gunny sacks. Now, in Inspire Awards, Manak earlier, a student, won an award where he developed a simple device where using which very easily these gunny sacks can be filled. Now, this device reduces the treasury of the people involved in such activities also. So, the third challenge effectively would be to ask children to think about such issues or problems that they may be seeing in different parts of their city while they are moving around, and come up with innovative solutions to such problems. Now, if we are doing that, we are challenging the minds of our children. Some children would be smart enough, in any case, they may have thought about such ideas, so they would be submitting their innovative ideas on their own also. But for a vast majority of children, some kind of a trigger is needed. And these three challenges, when posed to the children, they can possibly trigger a creative thinking process in the children, which is not only going to help them in this particular Inspire Mana competition, but if this triggers a creative thinking process in their mind, which is going to help them in their life also, whenever they feel they are facing a problem, they can use this creative process to address those problems or address those challenging situations as well. So please consider this, and you should organize these idea competitions in your schools periodically. I will also suggest you to install some idea boxes in your school, because it is not possible that the children get idea during the nomination period, July to September. So it is possible that a children may get an innovative idea in January also, in June also. So when you are keeping an idea competition in your school, you are ensuring that you are able to capture the innovative ideas of children around the year. And then when the time for the nomination, Inspire Manak nomination comes, you can choose the best ideas and nominate for the same. Now, another question is, a lot of time we see that even though some of the ideas that may seem very promising, they don't make it to the nominations. We have experienced this in some places. So my suggestion would be to all the teachers who are engaged in this process is to first remove things which are not practical. Anything which is not scientific, because Inspire Manak is a SNT based competition program. So please remove everything which is non-scientific, non-practical. So that thing has to be eliminated. The second step would be to identify those kind of projects which are quite common. So those projects which are common, which are already available, so those should be eliminated. The third thing should be to eliminate those projects which are simply science projects. For example, demonstration of uh, photosynthesis, or maybe some kind of an alarm or something like that. Please remove that. Fourth thing is all write-ups, simple write-ups and essays should be removed. So once you have removed these four kind of things, submissions, you would only be left with submissions that can be possibly taken forward. So of the remaining nominations or the submissions that the children ideas that the children submit, you have to identify those ideas which appear to be having certain innovative value. That innovative value may be uh, relevant to the local region also, because when children are thinking about local problems, they are thinking about local solutions. But once you are trying to submit it on the Inspire Manak, consider it for submission for the Inspire Manak. Please ensure that these ideas are not available anywhere. I have not been awarded earlier, because awarded ideas in any case are not going to go forward. They will be dropped at subsequent stages. So please be careful about them. Check on Google, check on Inspire website about the availability of the idea, how common idea it is, how novel idea it is. Go to the search pages 3, 4, 5. Use different keywords to search, so that you are reasonably assured before the nominations that the idea that you are nominating is has certain promise and can be taken forward at subsequent levels. because the whole exercise is meant to identify the best ideas that can be converted into products which can be used by people. And if at the very first stage we will have ideas that are very common write-ups or those things that have been in circulation for many years, so that doesn't serve any purpose. So all your effort in organizing the idea mobilization effort, everything will go waste. All the people who are involved in this process, from the district officials, teachers, schools, so a lot of time gets wasted. So please ensure at the first stage you are identifying the right ideas, so that once we have the pool of the ideas, it becomes easy for us to understand which is to be taken forward and which is to be dropped. So first level of screening has to be done at your end, so that the task of people subsequently becomes easier. Because too much of junk in online nominations, it also demotivates the jury members who are there, because they are continuously seeing ideas which hold no merit, so their attention also drops. We don't want that. We want that we all should be nominating bright ideas, so that whoever is the jury, whether he is evaluating 100, 500, 200, whatever number of ideas, he should feel excited about the ideas being nominated. He should feel excited about the creativity children. He should feel excited that these are our children who are thinking so creatively at this age, and the future for the country thus looks very bright. So my request will be to kindly consider these things and take care of these things, so that we get the best possible ideas in the pipeline of the Inspire. Thank you so much.